All right, so today we have begun the discussion of topic 8.1, solving one-step equations. We are now moving into what is more closely related to algebra, where we have variables that stand for numbers, such as x, and we need to isolate, meaning get by itself, and figure out what that x would equal. So topic 7 covered introduction of variables, but there was no known answer. And we talked about factoring, which is taking a number and putting it in parentheses like so. All right, that's something we just semi-covered. Well, now we can actually solve for what this x is, which is a big deal. Because before, when there's no equal sign, you can't really solve for it. There's nothing on this side to help you identify him. So now we're moving on to something a little different. So in order to solve for a variable, our first job is to isolate this guy and get him by himself. And so the way that I do that is I look at everybody is on, I introduce it like this, on his side of the wall. And so if this were my side of the wall on the left, and here's my side of the wall on the right, I want this part to match him. Now some might logically be able to say, oh, I know that if I plug in a number here plus 3, it's going to equal 11. That's obviously 8. But that doesn't show you how to do the work, and it doesn't give you any help when you need it in the future. So follow this pathway and you will be able to do it. So the first thing we do is we always take the number that is close, is on the same side as the variable. So in this case, it's my 3. So what I'm going to do, I'll put an invisible plus sign because I know if there's nothing here, it indicates it is a positive 3. Now, I need to move this guy out of the way to get him by himself. So the way that I would do that is I just take the reciprocal, or the opposite of positive 3, which is a negative 3. He becomes a 1 or a 0. I typically just cross him out. You can look at him however you want. And as my students know, whatever I do to one side, that's right, do to the other. Okay, so I have 11 minus 3. I know that is equal to 8. My x and my equation sign, my equal sign, get brought down. And that's it. That's how I solve for x. If I want to check my work, I can plug in the 8 for x, and I determine, does 3 and 8 make 11? It does. I'm good to go. My next part, I have b minus 2 equals negative 10. So take a second and try to identify who am I trying to get by himself. That's right, our b. We want to get him by himself. We don't want him to have any friends. Right now he has a friend. I want to get this friend away. So the way that I do that is I will take the reciprocal of a negative 2. And the opposite of a negative is a positive. That's right. So take the reciprocal of 2. He's going to cancel out and become 0 or 1, however you want to look at it. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. That's correct. Take them. Now, negative 10 plus 2. That means if I have lost 10 previously, I found 2 of the ones that I lost. I now am out 8, or a negative 8. I'll bring my b down and my equal side down. So I have b equals negative 8. So that is it. That is what we are doing today. You have an example of an addition in a variable sign, and you have an example of a subtraction in a variable sign. Okay, so please use that to solve some problems on your homework assignment, and I will do another one for multiplication and addition.